in your opinion, could you tell us why the provincial government is pushing this Secwepemc Reconciliation Framework agreement?
The reason they need this agreement is because they have to fulfill their duty to consult. And so whenever industry or anybody, even a simple thing like getting a water license for agriculture or whatever comes up, they have to notify potentially affected Indigenous communities in case they're going to infringe on their rights, and so they have to carry out this duty to consult. And carrying out that duty can take days or months, or some communities just don't have the capacity to deal with them. And so what the result of this is it holds up timelines for projects to be completed. So if you're looking at something like a mine where there's millions, if not billions of dollars at stake, it's really important for the province to have set out timelines to decrease the uncertainty associated with that project. So, for instance, when a mine wants to go to exploration, they have to go and borrow a whole bunch of money from somebody, and that person that's giving them the money wants to know specific timelines on when they're going to potentially get this money back. Otherwise, they would take it and invest it elsewhere. So the province wants companies to come and invest in this province, to pay taxes and royalties, to give jobs to people in this province so they can pay income tax to the province, and so on. So they want to attract investment. They can only attract investment if there's a certainty achieved in extracting these resources. And so to get certainty, you need specific timelines. And so this agreement is exactly that. It's setting out specific timelines for consultation. And so that's the reason why this agreement exists in one respect. In the other respect is that these reconciliation agreements have come out because the modern day treaty process has failed. Over the last 20 years they've been trying to achieve certainty, the same kind of certainty, by signing modern day treaties in the BC treaty process. But as many of us know, that process has failed miserably, and so there's still a lot of uncertainty that exists, and the province is trying to eliminate this. So what they've done with these reconciliation agreements is really clever, because what they've done is they've created a mechanism or a tool to get access to resources without actually addressing the ownership issue of those resources. And so by signing this agreement, these communities are allowing access to lands and the extraction of those resources and that wealth without dealing with the question of ownership. And so if we go forward in time and say our great-great-grandchildren want to fight for, again, our title and rights, as they call it, they now don't have leverage of those millions of dollars in resources being in the ground. And so that's the really big issue with this reconciliation agreement, is that it cuts off at the knees the ability to fight for substantial recognition of our inherent rights and title to this land and our inherent responsibilities to this land.